How's it going, guys? Cody Guys back again, dropping out another video. Right, guys, this is a story technically about prisons, but sort of not about prisons, and it's about criminal records. Right now, you don't have to go to prison to have a criminal record, obviously, but what it's about, it's there's a thing that's being run at the moment called Ban the Box. Now, this has impacted my life personally, right? I'm nobody, obviously, but it's affected a lot of people. But obviously, I cover vlogs and stuff and do cover these sort of subjects. And this personally affects me because I'm a former criminal, former prisoner that was involved in serious organised crime. Now, when you go for right, you've seen it, yeah. For the last 2 years, 23 months, I've been reformed. I'm away from crime. I've cut all my criminal ties, right? For the greater good, trying to be a better person, trying to project myself differently, think differently, and ultimately become a productive member of society. Now, when you go for a job, like I've got American subscribers on here, in the UK, if you fill in a job application, I don't know if it's the same in the States, but you have a criminal conviction thing where it says, have you got any spent, unspent convictions? And then it asks you for the offences, the dates and stuff like that. What that then creates really is discrimination, because say you've got 10 people go for a job or 15 people, right? And you're the only one that's filled this in and you're the only one with a criminal record, you won't even get interviewed for the position. Some people do and stuff like that, and I get that, because some companies will give ex-cons a chance, or like ex-offenders a chance. Other companies, right, they'll see you tick that box as, yes, I've got unspent convictions, or spent convictions, sorry. You fill in you fill it in, what you've done, what you've been arrested for, charged with, convicted of, all the rest of it, right? And then the employer just looks at that, sees the job, sees that conviction thing, right? And they discriminate, and they don't have to tell you, oh, well, we've not give you a job interview for this, or we've not give you the job for that, if you do get to the job interview stage. But if you look at the criminal record check, if you've got 15 people go for a job and you're the one with a criminal conviction, chances are you're not going to get that job. And it's a catch-22, guys. What I mean by that is, if you say I fill in a job application form tomorrow, I've had stupid amounts of job rejections over the past 23 months because I feel it's because of my criminal convictions, right? And if you, right, this is your situation. Let me this is the situation I found myself in, right? Filling in a job application, right? I've got no GCSEs, no discernible skills. That might be another reason, but again, I've gone for cleaning jobs, and I've not even got in for an interview for that. So you fill in the job application form in, you come to the criminal convictions bit, declare your criminal convictions spent or unspent, right? If you are honest, chances are you won't even get through the door for an interview. And if you do, chances are they'll go for someone that hasn't got a criminal record, or has simply got better education or skills or training or experience, right? That can be the case 1,000,000%. But do they look down on criminal convictions and discriminate? 1,000,000%. And if you fill that in, right, chances are you're not going to get through the door for an interview or get the actual job. If you don't fill it in and you lie, right, and you get the job, right, you get the job, you're on probation, you've got a job, everything's great, top of the world, you're working, right, then it comes out that you've got criminal convictions, right? Say it comes out down the line, or I don't know, something like that. You then lose your job because you've lied on your application. So it's gross misconduct. You are sacked, you've lied, right? So if you go for the job and you put your convictions and stuff, they look and think, ex-con, or he's untrustworthy, he's unreliable, do you know what I mean? Can't be trusted, right? You lie and you don't put your convictions, and they find out, you get your job, and then they pull it from under you. That's the situation we're in, guys. Now, I'm very passionate about it because I've had this a lot over the past 23 months, guys. Like I say, I might not have any skills, but I've gone for unskilled jobs, right? And I can't get a job. And it's not for the want of trying. Trust me, I'm trying. If you wait for something to come to you, it's never going to come to you. You've got to go and chase it. And I chase it, right? And it's been job rejection after job rejection after job rejection. And I personally feel like it's a lot to do with the criminal convictions. I'm going for unskilled jobs. I'm not going for jobs where you've got to be a rocket scientist. I'm going for unskilled jobs that anybody can do. Even me, thick as pig shit, I can do. Right? Minimum wage jobs, right? That's what I'm after. and I can't even get through the door for an interview. I'm going to read the story, guys. It's a very quick, short story. I'm going to put a link in the description. Let me know what you think about the video. Have you been through this as an ex-offender? I know there's a lot of them on here that follow me and stuff, and we interact. Have you gone for a job and then they've just like, you've not heard back from them, or you've not been offered an interview? Why have you not been offered an interview? They'll say, oh, you just we had too many applicants or something, or you didn't fit the criteria, something bullshit, right? But the reality is, if you were to take like a truth like tablet, you'd be like, yeah, because you're a criminal, and we look down on criminals because they're not to be trusted, they're untrustworthy, blah blah blah. When in reality, if you give someone that's been in prison, or not even in prison, you don't have to be in prison to have a criminal record, and you actually give them a chance, and they're trying to reform themselves, and then they'd be fantastic, and they're loyal as they come. I mean, look at my situation. I go to these universities and stuff, and I say to the students, like, I'm trying to get a job. I'm trying to become a productive member of society. What is the point in me changing my criminal behaviour if employers and wider society are not going to look past the ex-offender tag? This is the situation I find myself in, guys. And let me tell you, it's a very, very frustrating, right? And when you've got fewer police on the streets and you're getting job rejection after job rejection after job rejection, you come to a crossroads and you think, you know what? Maybe it's almost as if the system wants me to go back to crime. That's how I feel it sometimes, guys. It's frustrating, man. Anyway, I'm going to shut up. I'm going to read the story. Been waffling on for 7 minutes. This is on the ITV News website. Link in the description below, like I always do. Headline reads, criminal record declaration putting off good job applicants, firms are warned. Firms are being urged to stop asking for criminal record details on job application forms because they give employers a false sense of security. Job seekers are also put off applying for work if they have to declare any convictions up front. According to a study for Virgin Trains and the charity Business in the Community, they called on companies to find more supportive ways to discuss potential recruits' criminal backgrounds. Some candidates with no record may pose a greater risk of offending, it was claimed. It says here, our experience, this is from someone from Virgin Trains, Catherine Wildman. Our experience is that we've identified some fantastic people with convictions and who have gone on to perform really well for us. Dr. Beth Weaver, a senior lecturer at Strathclyde University, said around 38% of men and 9% of women, this is in Scotland, right, but it's in the UK as a whole, of women in Scotland have at least one criminal conviction, so the issue affects a large number of people. Giving people a chance to work can improve outcomes for people and contribute to a safer and more just society. Asking people to disclose their convictions at the job application stage legitimises employers' discrimination, as most employers don't know how to make sense of the information provided, and undermines the purpose of the Rehabilitation of Offenders Act. Virgin Trains said it proactively recruiting people with convictions for 5 years and has banned the criminal record declaration form on job applications. Its recruiter, Catherine Wildman, said, "We banned the box, but that doesn't mean we don't ask job applicants about their past offending. Rather than ask people to tick a box on an application, we'll have a conversation at interview stage in which we can talk about their offences and where they are on the rehabilitation journey. That may still rest in it may still result in a no from us, but it gives the person the opportunity to discuss their past and what they've got to offer in a supportive environment rather than just being dismissed out of hand. And our experience is that we've identified some fantastic people with convictions and who have gone on to perform really well for us and helped our business grow." The research was conducted by the Scottish Centre for Crime and Justice, a collaboration between Strathclyde, Glasgow, Edinburgh and Stirling universities. Liz Cameron, Director of Scottish Chambers of Commerce, said, "At a time of stubborn skill shortages in many sectors, businesses should reassess their recruitment practices and consider banning the box where feasible and extend the talent pool available to them." Now, sorry guys, I stuttered and messed up a few times there. Sorry about that. I'm 1,000,000% support. This ban the box, what it means in a nutshell is people are starting to say, look, take this criminal conviction, spent or unspent, off the job application form. Now, Virgin Trains, they run an initiative where I think that they recruit, 5% or 9% of their workforce are actually people with criminal records. And you've got to respect that, guys, right? Because they're giving people a second chance in society, and that's what you need at the end of the day. If you've got someone that's screaming they've come away from crime and they're trying to better themselves, and they're having like a job door smashed in the face every 2 seconds, right? You're actually potentially putting that person on the brink of returning to crime. If you get example, guys, right? In prison, I worked 7 days a week for a whopping £10.25 after they took £1 off me for my telly. I'm dying to work for minimum wage. I'd be quite happy. But then if I tell you why I got into crime and ended up becoming like involved in serious organised crime, I was raised, when I was in my teenage years and I wasn't academic at school, I saw my mum struggling, right? My mum's not academic at school and she's been working all her life. She's worked all her life, low paid jobs, minimum wage jobs, a couple of pence over minimum wage jobs. And I saw her struggling to put food on the table, right? And I looked and thought, I'm going down the same route as my ma, not academic in school. I'm going to end up packing boxes in a warehouse. And there's nothing wrong with that. But at the time, I wanted better for myself and better for my family. So I literally saw crime as a shortcut. And the moral of the story is crime doesn't pay, because the thing that I was trying to get away from, and that's why I got into crime, minimum wage and like unskilled jobs, right? That's why I cheated and took the shortcut to criminality and that, like having money and like sort of having more money than I would if I worked 40 hours a week in a warehouse, right? I'm going to end up, the thing I tried to get away from, that minimum wage, is the thing that I'm going to end up doing anyway. So the moral of the story is crime really doesn't pay. There's a lot of people out there that make money. I don't care how good and how like successful you are, you will at some point end up in prison. And then if you are making high amounts of money and you are part of a serious organised crime group and you get charged with them offences, whether it be money laundering, drug dealing, white collar crimes, then they'll slap a POCA on you, Proceeds of Crime Act order, right? And then they want, they can prove that you've made excess amount, then I read a story recently, someone's got to pay 3.5 million back in the next 12 months or face extra time in jail. This is the thing, guys. So crime in the short term, does it pay? Yeah. Does it pay in the long term? No. And like I said, I've come full circle. Tried to get away from minimum wage when I was, like, as I was coming towards 16, and then took the criminal path to the top, and then come back round. I'm going to end up working for minimum pay, because obviously I've grown up, and if I carried on committing crime, I'd still be making money and stuff. But like I say, the risk is there. They've got the paranoia. They're looking over your shoulder, and obviously death is an occupational hazard, as is prison. And like I say, I'm trying to do it the right way now. So I would love an employer to give me a chance so I can prove myself, become a productive member of society, pay tax back into the system. I can then scream to you guys, I am a reformed character, because I am now and I'm on a crimeless path, but that's the last bit of the jigsaw that's missing. Very frustrating for me, guys. Let me know what your experiences are, if you've been in trouble with the police and you've struggled to get a job. Some people walk into a job, but that's because they might have good friends and family connections, or the dad's friend's got a business, something like that. Some people are just more skilled than others as well. Some people have got an education, some people haven't. I haven't. Got no discernible skills, no GCSEs. The only thing I ever trained to do and got qualifications in was door work, SIA, and a trained monkey could get that badge. But because I've been in prison, I can't reapply for 5 years. 5 years from the end of my sentence, which isn't the day you get released from prison. It's actually when you're finished your sentence, when you're license free. 5 years from that date. Anyway, guys, let me know what you think about the story. Link in the description. Like, comment, subscribe. Cody out.